Is that methanol I smell? Alright, so welcome back to the old fat body GTO build. So this part of the build, as I alluded to in the last episode, is where it'll probably take a turn for some. So let me give a little context for this, a little background. So I watch a lot of other YouTube channels, automotive YouTube channels, DDE, Stradman, Matt Armstrong, and of course the great Cletus McFarland. But a lot of these channels, not so much Cletus, but a lot of these other channels, what they do emphasize are supercars and hypercars. And I love supercars and hypercars, don't get me wrong, but I mean, I'd pick a hot rod or muscle car over it any day. But there are certain aspects of like the supercars and the hypercars on these channels, like, you know, Matt Armstrong's McLaren, the Stradman's Aventador, the carbon fiber Aventador, DDE's 720S or GT, whatever it is. That thing looks sick. But there are several aspects about the supercars and hypercars that I really do like the splitters, the diffusers, all the aero that they put around the bottom of the cars. I really like that stuff, especially like the fins, like a little bit like a fin right here for aero kind of deal, and same in the rear. In my mind, I want to just figure out, like, I can merge aspects of the supercar with the muscle car, bring it over to the muscle car world.
What are you, stupid?
Imagine if like DDE's 720 McLaren met an old school GTO, put them together. What would come out of it is kind of what I see in my mind. So I'm gonna try to incorporate a few of those aspects. We'll see how it goes, but yeah. So nobody wants to listen to me yap through this whole thing. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'll make a cardboard version of it. I'll transfer that over to a piece of AZAC, like a 1/2-inch piece of AZAC, which is moldable and bendable with heat. And then once I get a pretty good general idea, I'll play with some ideas. But once I've gotten my, you know, AZAC pretty decent dimensions and size and shape, I'll transfer that over to some core material, some Den's core, or I forget what it's called, and make the general shape, laminate that with some carbon fiber so it gives it a little bit more rigidity, and then just build up from there. So let's see how it turns out. So I didn't really record much of the laminating process. It's just throwing a bunch of carbon fiber and throwing a bunch of resin on it and sanding it down. I did go ahead and wet sand it and give it a little bit of a polish and a buff, but it's not 100%. I won't finish any of these parts until the car is pretty much done. And then I'll have to peel everything off and wet sand it all and polish and buff it. But it's pretty good. See my ugly mug in there. So let's Let's go ahead and put this thing into 4-wheel drive mode and get it mounted. But wait a minute, there's more. Don't go away yet. So this is a new to me used front valance for the GTO. So my idea is that I want to flip it upside down so it creates like I don't know, like a wedge. Initially, I think right away we got to cut these fog lights, get these out of here, the marker lights, get those out of there, smooth those over, flatten them out, get rid of the license plate frame, just to have this general shape, keeping this look with the existing look on the car. So let's start by getting rid of this fog light here. All right, so we went ahead and just wedged it up under there, and we can take a peek and see what we see. I think I wanna, probably gonna fold that piece of metal out so that I can match that angle of the like half-inch lip. Make sure we get it all center lined up. The bottoms were meeting each other, a little high spot here, so I just cut this piece out and cutting the bottom off a little bit just so it sits a little flatter. And here we went ahead and just threw a bunch of panel bond in here, join these pieces together so that we can have it be one piece, and then sand it out. I wanted to actually get it bolted up in place for the next part, so I want to make sure that it's equal and level by using this 2-inch space, marking it out. I'll do that on both sides and checking all the levels, using the laser, checking measurements. You never check enough. Now we can go ahead and just cut these off so that they're perfectly flat and level with the ground. And there it is. We got about a 2-inch space in there. I am going to be doing a splitter on the bottom, which is about a half an inch, so we'll be about 1.5 inches off the ground. Now we're gonna just go ahead and slap some paint on it, some clear, probably wet sand it out, get it nice and smooth and get it ready to make a mold. Now here's where the tricky part starts. So I gotta split this thing into a 4-piece mold, basically. One down, right down the middle of it, and then one across, all the way across. And once I do this side, I can remove this piece and it will have a flat edge there from the fiberglass. And then I'll be able to do this side and get it all dialed in. And then once I pull this bottom piece off, I'll be left with a fiberglass lip there all the way through, where then I can take that piece off. I'll have to split the center here after I get that done and do this side and then do that side after. So this one's gonna be fun. Hit it with a little PVA, some orange tooling gel. Now let's slap 5,000 layers of fiberglass on here. There it is, one side. So we'll see here. If we peel this piece back, see how we got a nice lip there now? Now then we'll seal up the edge. I know it's a little rough right there, but that won't matter. The other side will actually fill that in and almost like create like a lock. But let's get this thing prepped up. We've got to go wax around all our get some wax around all our joints. Let's do this side, see how it comes out, just like that one. Done. And then we'll jump onto this bottom section. We'll do this one the same way. Do this one side again, just like we did on the upper section. We'll do one side and then we'll split it here and then do the other side. And here is the piece. So I did go ahead and trim the perimeter around. Now, I did put gum tape in between the joints, so that way when I actually put these things together, I'll have a seal point. Now hopefully we can pull this mold apart and hopefully we got a good mold. Let's see. And there it is. That was not fun. Yeah, got to do a bunch of cleanup, obviously, and get all the wax and tape and PVA off. But yeah, let's clean it up, see what we got. I'll put it together too. I think it looks pretty good. A couple little imperfections that I'll address, but yeah. I didn't really film much of the carbon fiber laying, so let's just go to everybody's favorite part, the infusion. All right, so it's been 24 hours and it's time for us to get this thing stripped. Definitely the most complicated part that I've ever had to do, and I'd be lying if I was to say I wasn't nervous, but yeah, so let's get it stripped and see what we got. And here it is, looking all pretty. Yeah, that's not the way it came out of the mold. I did cut out the fog lights, sand it down, mark the lights, get everything prepped out. But yeah, give it a buff and polish. Again, not the final, but good enough for now. Came out really good. Pretty excited about it. And yeah, we did do the V-groove. This spot, you'll notice that the fibers don't really match up that much, but the plate will be there, so you won't even see that. But just the way it folded just didn't work. So now that we have the valance part of it done, we're going to jump on the splitter. Again, just like we did on the side, just taking a piece of cardboard, laying it all out. All right, so that's it on this one. Thanks for watching. I got a lot of comments, people asking me when am I going to do the actual hood. So I can say 100% the hood is the next video. I've already started it. That's why you don't see it here. What are you doing? What are you guys? Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Stop it.